Welcome to the DB Media Podcast. That's Dylan. I'm Brian, and we do have a few DC topics to be talking about. We got some DC.
The whole episode is DC.
Yep.
Not a few. The whole episode.
Okay.
Is
this
DC.
This is our DC deep dive. We're going to be talking about all things DC, and we have Crisis on Infinity Earth 1, 2, 3, and Aquaman to be reviewing, plus a bunch of topics to do with James Gunn and the future of DC. But, as always, to start off, I have some movie news. One that I'm so excited about, I'm actually excited about everything on here, just about. Reacher. They have a new Reacher trailer. It is awesome. I love what they're doing with the Reacher show. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
It is awesome. I've read the books, and each season is taking place from a new book. And in the third book, he meets somebody who is supposed to be twice his size. And it's hard to do that with Alan Richardson. And they got somebody casted perfectly. It was the guy from Black Widow, the one that the Red Guardians arm wrestling. He is like a big old bodybuilder, and he's been in a few movies, and he is double Alan Richardson size. But it's looking so bright for the future of Reacher. Absolutely love this show. The second I got here is 28 Years Later. Have you seen any of the originals?
No.
Okay. One of my all-time favorite zombie trilogies. Now it's a trilogy. The first one is a staple in horror. It is like a horror classic. Part 2, just as good, if not better. And the only problem I got is it goes 28 days later, 28 weeks later, and then 28 years later. I don't know why they didn't just do 28 months later. That seems like a missed opportunity to me. Yeah. But they're time jumping 28 years.
How long ago were the movies apart?
Couple years.
Okay.
But the time jumps are 28 days, 28 weeks, and now 28 years. On Letterboxd, it seems like this is a three-parter.
Three-parter third movie?
Yeah. Yes, it is a three-parter for this part 3. Apparently part 2 of it's called The Bone Temple. And the third one doesn't have a subtitle. It just says untitled part 3.
Sort of like the last Harry Potter movie.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And Aaron Taylor Johnson is playing in it. So, awesome. He's always had big name actors, but the first one had Cillian Murphy before he was really big.
Cillian Murphy.
What?
I believe it's supposed to be Cillian Murphy.
Oh, it was Cillian Murphy.
No.
Oh, well.
C as in S.
Oh, okay. And then the second one had Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner.
Renner, yeah. Before he was Hawkeye. So this one has Aaron Taylor Johnson. And one of the most interesting facts about this one is it is shot completely on an iPhone. It is shot on an iPhone 15 Pro Max.
I seen a picture. I don't know how true it was. Somebody posted it. Said that Cillian Murphy is supposed to be a zombie in this one.
Yeah, I saw that quick frame in the trailer.
I don't know nothing about these movies. I just seen it on my...
It's believed that he survived at the end of the last one. But this may show his fate. I don't see it being him. It's supposed to time jump 28 years. I don't see him still being, even zombified, being around. He did look like a decayed corpse and all that, but...
He could have just been a decayed corpse for a year. He could have made it just 27 years.
He could have, but I'm so interested in watching this. This is one of my all-time favorite zombie franchises, and it's one of my now most anticipated movies of next year or 2026, can't remember. But the fact that they shot the entire movie on an iPhone, really cool to me. So, another thing, the Sony Villainverse has stopped. Yeah, they said after Craven, they're stopping for now. That was their keywords, was for now. Here's what I just found out. I was watching, this comes from 3C Films. It's a YouTube channel, podcast, and TikTok.
Yep.
Really, really reliable sources. I'll get a lot of information from him. He does his due diligence and checks everything. But, so to keep the rights for Spider-Man, Sony has to have something from the Spider-Man verse, the Spider-Man universe, in the works within 5 years. They can't go 5 years without having anything in the works, without premiering anything. That explains why they put out bad movies, because they're trying to
hold on to Spider-Man
and give themselves enough time to either milk Spider-Man or make something decent. You know what I mean? Again, I don't think any of them are bad. I like Madam Web. I like Venom. I
still have to watch Madam Web.
Still good. It's really good. I like Morbius. I liked all those. I don't find the Sony Villainverse bad, but a lot of people do. And the only reason they're doing this is so they can hold on to the rights of Spider-Man. I mean, smart move on their behalf. I'd do the same thing.
I don't know if I trust you on Madam Web.
You have very, very, very different movie opinions.
Yeah, you always give me trash movies.
You ain't liked none of the movies I've ever given you.
I won't say that I haven't, but right now I can't think of any.
Okay, that's fair. We have very different tastes in movies, but that's why I think where this duo for this podcast goes well, because we can see both halves of each side.
Can you name one trash movie that I've given you that I haven't personally seen first? Because I know I will say Monkey Man was a trash movie, and I gave that to you, but I had not seen it beforehand.
I agree. No, I can't think off the top of my head. Yeah, I'm sure there is. I just can't think off the top of my head.
I know what I'm talking about.
You know what? I'm going to edit in a picture of the movie that I think is trash right here, if there is one.
If there is one.
If there's not, then I just look like an idiot.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And I have another thing here.
You're just going to have I'm a dumbass.
Right here, yeah. I'm gonna have that clip play from the last episode. Where's your helmet?
Yeah.
Anthony Starr has been nominated for Best Actor in a Drama Series for The Boys at the Critics' Choice Awards.
I've seen something about
that. He deserves it.
He's great Homelander.
He's a great actor. He has other acting chops and acting credits other than Homelander. Homelander is arguably his best.
His most famous role.
Absolutely. But he was in Banshee, and I loved Banshee. He was in...
I've seen clips from that, and I've been wanting to watch it. I just ain't got around to it.
It's on HBO. It's really good. He was also in Cobweb, which was one of my favorite horror movies of 2024, 2023. This year or the last, I can't remember which year it came out, but it was one of my favorites of that year. So yeah, he definitely deserves it. I'm glad he's getting recognized. And we got two more things here. One thing we have here is Meet the Parents. That whole franchise, it's getting a sequel.
Another
one with Robert De Niro and Ben Stiller in talks to return.
That's good.
I loved the first two.
I know exactly. I can already tell you now that it's just going to be about him and his kids in their teenage years.
Well, yeah.
Well, no, the last one was made in like 2012. They'd probably be
grown.
Yeah, they'd be adults.
Well, they were babies.
They weren't babies. They was like 6 years old. Well, yeah. So 12 years. They'd be 18.
I'm for it.
Could be about them going to college.
I'm for it. I did not like Little Fockers. I didn't like that one.
I didn't like it. My favorite one was the second one.
Yes, where they go and meet Ben Stiller's parents.
Yeah.
That was my favorite, too.
Yeah. I didn't hate Little Fockers.
He says, I'm going to name my son after you. And he looks at his name tag and it's Gaylord.
Yeah.
It's like, that was funny. No, that's one of my favorite things that have Robert De Niro in it. One of my favorite films with Robert De Niro.
I think it was like one of his first comedies.
Yeah, I think so. Because he was always the mafia guy. Like the mob guy.
He was in a horror movie.
Was he or what?
Yeah, one of them. One of them wasn't a horror. He's in a couple thrillers.
Yeah, I know that. Righteous Kill.
And then I don't know. He plays Frankenstein in a movie.
I've never even heard of this.
Yeah, I forget. I think don't quote me on this, but I think it's Mark Shelley's Frankenstein movie. He plays Frankenstein.
I will have to.
And then there's one where he plays some guy from the South trying to get revenge on his lawyer for not getting him off.
Oh, I'm about to watch this. Yeah, I've never even heard of that. Last one I watched was with Al Pacino. Him and Al Pacino is called Righteous Kill.
Yeah.
Really good movie. So the last bit we have here is today or last night, I can't remember, they confirmed that there will be a new Evil Dead movie. Evil Dead is arguably my top 3 horror.
Now, is this going to be a reboot Evil Dead or like Ash, like bringing back Ash?
It's not going to be a reboot. I think it's going to be a sequel from Rise. There's not a lot of information on it.
Evil Dead. What's Evil Dead Rise?
It's the newest one where they take place in an apartment complex.
So it has nothing to do with Ash.
No. Okay.
I don't want it.
I know. As much as I love Bruce Campbell and I love Ash and I love the original Evil Deads, they will always hold a dear place in my heart. I'm so glad that they're getting.
Did you ever play the PlayStation 2 video game?
I did not. I played the new one that was set up like the Friday 13th game.
No, the PlayStation 2 one. You had a little sidekick and everything. You went to the demon realm or something.
No, never heard of this. I had to play that.
It's been a long time since I played it.
I like nostalgia games like that. But as much as I love them, I'm glad that they're going away from Ash's character because that is a comedic role. And you can tell the first one was kind of serious, second one got a little more comedic, and then Army of Darkness, full blown comedy. And again, I love them.
And the series too.
Yeah, the series. Yeah, and the series was a comedy. I love the series. I love the original 3. I always want to be some of my favorite movies, but I'm glad that they kind of done a reboot and made it more horror. I don't know. I like the horror aspect more than I do the comedic aspect.
I think they should have just made their own thing. That's something I don't like is when they a spin-off series that can possibly tie into the main stuff. I'm fine with like Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
However, I don't like when you just take all these ideas and stuff and try and make it your own thing.
No, I get that 100%. It maybe have benefited from being its own thing, but it did benefit from having the Evil Dead concept tied to it.
You could have done that without calling it Evil Dead.
I agree. You could have. I don't know if it would have been as successful.
That's my point. I hate when things try and ride on the success.
No, I get that 100%. But Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi wanted to do a serious, scary movie, the first film. But Bruce Campbell was more of a comedic guy, and
Is Sam Raimi coming back for this?
Sam Raimi came back for Rise, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. I could be completely wrong. But I'm almost positive he came back for the last one.
So then this would be a spin-off, not a reboot.
Right. Not a spin. I think it's a sequel to Rise. And Rise was a...
No, I'm saying Rise would be a spin-off.
Yes. But I don't know. It's confusing. I would have to dive in. We'll have to do a dive into that because, again, top 3 horror franchise for me. We'll dive into that at one point. Again, I don't know how you'd feel about that because I don't know how much you like those movies.
What? Evil Dead movies?
Yeah.
I love the Evil Dead movies.
I mean, I know you like the comedic ones. I don't know if you like the horror aspect.
No, I've never watched them.
You ever watched the remake in 2013?
Oh, yeah, I did in 2013.
That was a good one.
I don't remember it. That was over 10 years ago.
I've watched it.
That's weird that was 10 years ago.
I know, right? I watch it occasionally.
Grand Theft Auto came out over 10 years ago.
You feel old? I remember being 13 and watching that movie in theaters with my dad and him thinking it was too much for me.
I remember having to get permission from an adult at the clerk to buy Grand Theft Auto.
Now they're just like, cash your card, sir. And you're like, wait, where's my parent? But no, I'm done with movie news. You got anything to add or no?
No, nothing newsworthy.
Okay. First thing we're going to dive into Crisis on Infinite Earths.
We're going to be rating these as one big movie rather than 3 parts.
But I don't know if you did. I did rate each of them out of 5.
I gave them all the same rating.
I did, except for the part 3. I gave 1 and 2 3 out of 5. I gave part 3 a 3.5 out of 5.
I gave all 3 of them a 3.5.
Collectively, I would give it a 3.5. Yeah. So we can agree on that. Yeah. What would you like to say about it?
I kind of the first part did. I said it in the last episode about 6 Underground. I don't like that type of storytelling going back and forth constantly.
Yep.
I understand why they needed to do it. Like it was more necessary in this one than it was 6 Underground.
Yep.
But Still, it's very confusing. I don't like it.
I agree with Flash. Well, it made more sense in this one than it did 600 Gram.
Yeah, because Flash is
he can do the time travel thing, so it makes sense more in this one.
Yeah,
so
as to why he's doing it. But
yes, yeah. The first one wasn't that interesting to me. I think it was interesting the threat that they had. Whenever I watch a DC, animated, I like to see good fights or good story. I'll be honest with you, through all three of these, I didn't care that much for the story. Don't get me wrong, I love this trilogy. It was great, but even DC's weakest in their animation is still so good. Yeah, and out of all the animation I've seen, this is probably the weakest for me. But it's still one of my favorite animated properties ever. Yeah. So, that says a lot about DC. The first one drugged for me. The second one picked up. And the third one delivered a really good finale. I don't know. It was great. Jensen Ackles as Batman. You cast him in your fan cast. And
I've seen a couple of the Tomorrowverse things, and him voicing Batman is one of the reasons I casted him. Yeah, as a live action version, anyway.
And like you said earlier, he was a take no crap kind of Batman.
Yeah, I honestly after watching this, I feel like they absolutely have to cast him as Batman now.
I don't know about have to. I wouldn't be mad about it. Don't get me wrong. He's a good cast. Would I enjoy Alan Richardson more? Yes, but I would love to see Jensen Ackles as live Batman too. You'd hear no complaints from me.
Okay, so there's a new comic series. I forget what it is, but Superman is like this hulking figure. He's like the size, of Bane in regular comics. He's got his
never heard of it.
His bat emblem comes off as an axe.
You mean his Superman emblem?
No, Batman.
Oh, I thought you said Superman.
Oh, my bad. Superman's way skinnier than him too. I can't remember the name of the comic series, but he's like this big hulking bodybuilder type dude.
Is it a newer series?
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up and read it. I ain't read a good comic book in a minute.
I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, yeah. No, it bothers me that he's the big hulking figure and Superman's just like this itty-bitty dude.
I don't know. I think that fits him, really. Because Superman relies more on his powers than Batman, because Batman's just a man. I think that would make sense, Batman being this big, strong, muscular guy versus Superman just being an average Joe.
I'm not saying that I implied it a second ago, but he's not like a skinny dude. He's just way smaller than Batman.
He's an average guy.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't mind a bodybuilder type Batman, but this is a hulking figure. He's literally the size of Bane in regular comics.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. Again, I think that would fit it, though. I'm going to read that series, and we'll talk about that. You should read it, too. Did you know that Alexandra Daddario was in this?
No, I didn't.
She's Lois Lane.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I heard her talk, and I was like, that's got to be her. And I was Googling it.
Something else I want to say about that. Okay, so the second Superman, the one that's older.
Yeah.
How did Lois Lane just not say anything or give a second glance at the fact that she died and he just went to Wonder Woman?
I know, right? He was like, oh, she's dead? Let me go to,
Yeah, she had nothing to say about that. Oh, you age really slow and you're just going to get with Wonder Woman when I'm dead.
Yeah, that was funny. I don't know. I always thought, though, Superman and Wonder Woman as a thing more than Lois Lane and him.
Well, because it focuses on the superhero aspect, and you see them together a lot more.
Yep. I saw Peacemaker a few times in the background.
Oh, did you?
Of all the superheroes, I saw Peacemaker once or twice. I even had to pause it and okay, make sure it's him before I said anything. The animation style of this is great.
Me personally, I didn't really care for it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like the bold lines and whatnot in it.
Okay.
I still like the story. I'm not saying it was horrible or nothing. Right. It made it unwatchable, but...
Well, all the animation movies, you have different animation styles. And
to be honest, I preferred the New 52 style. I think that's what that universe was called.
Yes, you showed that to me when we were talking about animation styles.
Yeah. the universe that got destroyed to make this one, or all the multiverse. I preferred that animation style.
I like that one. I really like this one. Like, for me, an animation style can make or break the show. If I don't like the animation style, if I don't like looking at it, I'm probably not going to watch it.
It depends on if it fits.
Right. I really like this one. The characters, like just some of the little cameos they had in this, like Lobo was in it for a second, which was dope.
Well, he was one of the. I know you haven't seen it, but he was one of the main fights in the first Tomorrowverse movie.
Yeah, I ain't seen the Tomorrowverse movie, but the fact that
Superman, Man of Tomorrow, he's like the big fight at the end of the movie, I think.
Lobo. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that one because I ain't seen that one yet. There's so much animated like DC properties that like there are so many of them. I don't even know where to begin. I just pick one randomly and watch it.
Yeah.
They did have a Losers cameo too.
Yeah, where they's chasing the dinosaurs.
They're chasing the dinosaurs and they come out on a Jeep with guns and stuff. And she's like, "Who are you guys?" And he says, "We're just a bunch of losers." There's a reference to the movie The Losers that was starring Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Chris Evans.
It wasn't just a movie; it was a comic book series.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a DC movie. It was a DC property, a comic book series, the whole nine. And that was a little cameo from them, which I thought was really cool. I love that movie. And we also have to talk about, this is Kevin Conroy's last performance as Batman.
Yeah.
And the cold line that he delivers at the end with him and Mark Hamill's Joker.
Yeah.
So good.
That was a good line to go out on.
Absolutely. He says, "I am Batman." Kevin Conroy will always be the best voice actor for Batman.
Yeah. Absolutely. But something that bothered me, like I know it showed other Batmans, but what really bothered me is that we didn't get two Bruce Waynes working together.
Yeah, I know, because Bruce Wayne's supposed to be like the greatest detective of all time.
Yeah.
Like if we could get multiple Batmans working together, I think they would.
I don't know why they didn't do that.
I don't either. Yeah, that would have been interesting. I like how our Batman doesn't have any Robins.
Yeah.
That was weird to me. Like, I don't like the storylines where he doesn't take a Robin.
I thought it seemed fitting, you know.
It did, but I still don't like it. I prefer Batman with a Robin.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be like a tactician. It's not really smart to bring a child with you to fight crime.
He says that seems very irresponsible. Yeah. He's like, "You trained me as your partner." He's like, "Well, that seems wildly irresponsible." Yeah. That was really funny.
It cracked me up. Like I was like, ooh, when he said he punched him in the gut. I was right to drop your counterpart at the orphanage.
Yeah, because he's cold. Like, yeah, he fights all the Robins. He fights the Bat family basically. That was really funny.
He whoops all of them, and then
without even breaking.
And then one of them lands a kick on him, kicks him to that horde of shadows or whatever, and they all just like, "What are we doing?"
Yeah, he's like,
"Wait!"
He's like, "We've never been there this far before. What are we doing?"
It reminded me of that scene from The Punisher that got memed a lot. Wait!
I love it. Yes, that's awesome. Yeah, they were so confused. It's like, when no one's ever hit Batman before, what do we do? It did show the Cartoon Network Teen Titans Tower.
Yeah,
another cool cameo.
I think I think it's kind of crappy that they didn't actually show the Teen Titans.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
Or Young Justice.
Yeah, I like the Young Justice show. Was it a show or a movie?
It was a show.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I liked the Young Justice show. I ain't seen all of it. I've seen bits and pieces of it. Yeah, we were talking about that beforehand.
Yeah. Cartoon Network canceled it. HBO Max brought it back for like a season and then canceled it again.
Yep.
I hate when a show just gets canceled and
with no explanation.
Yeah. So I kind of wish they'd just release one more season, tie that up real quick. You know.
Yeah, I feel like there should be some kind of rule where if your show gets canceled, you should get like at least 3 episodes to wrap it up or something.
Yeah, but then that would mean we was in a communist regime.
Yeah. I just want to see what happens in the end of My Name's Earl.
Yeah.
Well,
they've already told us in interviews and stuff.
Yeah, I know what the plan was. But all in all, the DC animated universe is kicking butt. It is awesome, and it is live on HBO Max.
The DC, everything DC related that pops up on TV now is going to be James Gunn.
Yeah.
So that's what something else I wanted to bring up. The Anti-Monitor in Crisis on Infinite Earths is James Gunn.
Is it really?
Now, I don't know if that's a confirmed source or anything, but that's my take on it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the voice actor. I thought you was like the voice actor. I was like, that doesn't even sound like him.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was like, is it really?
No.
The Anti-Monitor is supposed to be James Gunn, like, as a metaphor, deleting all of them.
That's how I perceive it. Like,
that makes sense.
Like, he's erasing all the universes. Like, and this is supposed to be like a big giant multiverse.
Yeah.
And, for a fact, it didn't show all the Earths or anything like that. So he's erased all the planets. Like, they called him in because DC movies and stuff was getting out of hand, and he just decided to erase it all.
Yep. Try to adjust your mic if you don't. Just pointing more towards you because this part's got me.
Yep.
Okay. Now, yes, James Gunn. We have talks. We'll talk to James Gunn after the Aquaman because I got some things I'd like to say about him too. I know you do too. But yeah, solid 3.5 for the whole thing out of it for me. I absolutely loved this. I think they killed it.
Yep. So Tomorrowverse is done.
Yep. I might have to go watch some of those too. But our next movie, Aquaman 2: The Lost Kingdom.
Yep.
Tell me what your thoughts about this movie is.
It was predictable. I gave it a 2.5.
Pretty boring.
Yeah.
It was the story was so lackluster, so boring. It drug at times. I found myself looking at my phone most of the time.
Yeah. I managed to clean my house while watching it.
I managed to build a Minecraft base while I was watching it. No, I really did try to keep my attention to this movie, but it was so hard.
Yeah.
And it's terrible because I love the first Aquaman.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I watched the first one, but
I really enjoyed the first one. The opening with the Born to Be Wild going on, that was fun. Him telling his son the story about how he whooped all these pirates, fun. But him flashing back and forth between telling the story versus actually doing it seemed unnecessary and distracting.
yeah.
He would have just opened that scene with that. So we could have seen like the force that Aquaman was. Would have been a lot better than him just jumping back and forth between him and his son.
Yeah.
That was my problem with the opening.
I don't know. I kind of liked it because it's kind of basically how you felt about yourself before you was a dad.
Yeah, yeah. He's dropping the dad lore.
Yeah, he's.
Amber Heard in this movie.
But before we get to that, it kind of just drops the baby on you.
It does.
Like there's nothing that hinted about a baby at all.
Yeah, I think.
I'm not saying I disliked that.
Don't like the baby.
What?
Sorry, I'm just.
But yeah, it just.
I think it was unnecessary.
The baby.
Yeah.
I don't know. Up until the end, it was.
Even the end, he still would have went and fought this guy even if he wasn't like.
Yeah, but how would he have gotten Aquaman there?
Abducted his father.
His
Father can't breathe underwater.
His dad can't breathe underwater, and his blood won't. He abducted the baby completely to use its blood to undo that curse.
Well, I guess maybe you're right. Up until the end, it was needed, or wasn't needed. Yeah. But Amber Heard in this movie. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, go ahead.
She had so much more screen time in this movie. They cut it out.
Oh yeah, no.
Because this was at the hype of the Johnny Depp trial.
Yeah, they cut everything out. I remember reading reports about how everyone on set
Hated her.
Yeah, just did not want to work with her.
I remember reading reports about how she said that Jason Momoa was mean to her. That's hilarious because Amber Heard is some of the scum of the earth. But that's so funny.
My dog stepped on a bee.
My dog stepped on a bee. She was probably pooping all over the set.
Probably.
No,
He actually didn't care about Johnny Depp at all. He just didn't like waking up to apology.
He just every time they were filming, he would just step in and be like, Amber. Like, no, it was. I'm so glad they cut out her parts.
I mean, yeah, but they still had to pay her the same.
Yeah.
But then again, if they didn't, the movie, I feel like she's the main reason this movie didn't get a lot of the money.
I agree. I was saying, I feel like she's the reason.
The only reason that they cut her was because she had a contract with them.
Yeah.
So they had to let her be in the movie.
Yeah, at least a little bit. I blame her for the reason this movie bombed a little bit.
Yeah.
Because no one wanted to support her. I will say this: the desert scene where they break him out of jail, that was fun. That was a fun scene to watch. Them jumping back and forth between the monsters into the water and everything. I guess Atlanteans are kind of like sponges. Because he was so like, where he was dried out, he was so little, and he felt
I need it.
he falls in the water, he just comes back up, and his muscles are all bulging, and it's like, are you a sponge? Like, that was pretty funny. I don't know how I feel about him and his brother. The guy who plays his brother. Yeah, they have they're not.
They was talking about before they even casted an Aquaman. They was talking about casting him as Aquaman.
That's bad. I mean, he'd make a good Aquaman, but
I mean, as far as original looks goes, yeah.
The chemistry between those two is so weird. They don't have good chemistry. They do at times, then they don't. Then they do, then they don't. Like, some of the lines I
mean, that's kind of how it goes when you're trying to form a bond with your long-lost brother.
Yeah, but still, like, whenever you have good chemistry with another actor, your lines should feel organic. A lot of their lines back to forth.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Forced.
A lot of scenes in this movie just feel forced. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, especially when they're trying to escape places, like, they'll walk out and you can just tell that this is a setup. Like, this is a scene setup.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't feel like they're actually in this place.
Yeah. I get what you're saying 100%. It just, a lot of the scenes that happened just weren't organic. You know what I mean? They were very, you said forced and very, I don't know, it just didn't seem very authentic.
I think they rushed production on this because of Amber Heard.
I think they rushed production on this because of Amber Heard and because they knew the DC universe was ending. They didn't give a crap about it.
Yeah.
Because at this point, at the point of Aquaman coming out, it was kind of already announced that James Gunn was going to be taking over.
Yeah, and he was going to start everything over.
Yeah, so they didn't give a crap about this. They had contracts, they had money back in it, they had to put it out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not mad. I watched it. I gave it a 3 out of 5. What'd you give it?
2.5.
2.5.
Something else. They blatantly copied Iron Man.
I am Aquaman. Yeah, no, I have that right here. Like at the end, he's like, "I am Aquaman."
Yeah.
Like,
and the main villain was beaten way too easily.
Again, have that right here.
Yeah, he
so easy.
Like, I would have been more satisfied had they just stopped Black Manta and left.
For real?
Other than they unbreak the curse and then Aquaman throws his trident at him. No, he throws the bad guy's trident at him. He catches it and then he throws his.
And
personal,
it goes through it.
Yeah, and it goes through it
and that's it. That's the fight.
Like Brave.
Yeah. Well, why can't they give us more of a fight with this guy? Like, it was so...
Again, they rushed production.
Yeah. And Black Manta in this movie was so much weaker than the first one. The first one, you have long, drawn-out fight sequences.
I will say their fight at the end of the movie was probably the best fight of the whole movie to me. When he was about to cut the baby open.
I mean, yeah, that was probably the best fight, but it still wasn't the best Manta we'd seen.
Yeah.
The first one the first Aquaman where he is whooping Aquaman's behind.
Well, didn't he get special powers when he got that king suit or whatever?
Who, Aquaman?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Didn't it make him stronger? That's the whole reason he went and got it.
I think so, yeah. I think the trident is what made him stronger.
Yeah, and he got the suit with the trident or whatever.
So maybe I love whenever the Black Manta's just not cursed anymore, and he just punches him.
Yeah.
He just like knocks him out. That was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, because in the first movie, he's getting whooped by everybody until he went and got the trident or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked it. It was an alright movie. I wouldn't watch it again.
Yeah, no.
I've watched the first one a few times. I would not waste my time watching this one again. It was hard. Like I said, hard for me to sit through.
And the weird ending where he just puts a cockroach on his burger.
Yeah, like because like they're talking about delicacies and he eats a cockroach. And he's like,
I couldn't tell if he was just messing with him or
if he really thought it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I agree. Like yeah. I think he was messing with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an alright movie. I hate to see this universe go.
Really, the only thing I don't like about it is that they're getting rid of Henry Cavill. I think he's the best Superman we've had.
And Ben Affleck.
Yeah, Ben Affleck is the best Batman we've had.
Those are the two best, and that I don't think they can do better than them.
Yeah.
I don't know the actor's name. Who's playing Superman right now?
Shoot, I knew his name.
Something.
John Cornswet.
Yes. I'm sorry. I've never seen. I don't remember seeing anything with him in it.
He was in Twisters, but he didn't have very much screen time.
He's not. He doesn't even look that much like Superman.
I do feel like he has a weird cast.
It's a very weird cast.
Yeah.
But I'm done with Aquaman if you are, because I really want to get into some of these DC topics to talk about all that. What I want to talk about with that is James Gunn, man. I don't have very high hopes for him.
I don't know. What I will say is, other than the Batman versus Superman movie, everything that James Gunn has made in the DCEU is probably my favorite stuff. Everything else I don't really care for. I don't like the Justice League because it really should have just been called Superman Saves the Justice League.
Yeah. What else did he do in the DCU? He did
Suicide Squad. Peacemaker. And then he did something else.
He did Guardians of the Galaxy. That was Marvel.
Yeah.
I like Suicide Squad. Don't get me wrong. I didn't like it as good as the first one.
I like the second one way better.
I like the first one way better. I love Will Smith. I love Margot Robbie. I love all of them. I know Margot Robbie's in the second one, but I don't know. James Gunn's movies seem a little more comedic than anything.
Yeah.
With a dark undertone. I don't like that. No, with DC. You can do that with Marvel. You can't do that with DC because most of DC's characters are dark and gritty.
I feel like he's taken over like the first bunch of projects, and I'm hoping that later on, like he'll like relinquish like directing and stuff to other people, and he just writes the stuff. But right now, I don't know anything else he's done besides superhero movies. But it's all. I've seen somebody post this, and I completely agreed. It's all his movies are a rinse and repeat. Like it's a band of misfits get together to take down a big bad guy.
Yeah,
that's all his movies.
100%. All his movies.
Even the new Superman has a cavalcade of new superheroes and stuff.
He can't do a solo superhero movie.
Yeah,
if he can, he hasn't proved it yet.
Yeah. So, but what you said about his movies being too comedic, I feel like he was able to get away with it with Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, because those are kind of more comedic characters.
Yeah.
I'm giving all my hopes for the new DCU on this Superman movie. Like, I know for a fact that he's just going to keep doing team-ups and stuff. That's his MO. But I want to see how he does with this new Superman movie.
Yeah. No.
Before I say, like, he can't make the DC dark enough.
Well, my thoughts on the Superman is I couldn't give a crap less if he does a bad Superman. Superman's not one of my favorite characters. I think he's overhyped. I don't really like Superman.
Well, Superman's a staple in the DC, so you have to do Superman before you get to anybody else.
I agree. Like, you have to do Superman, and I've read Superman comics. I know I know about Superman. He's just not my favorites.
Yeah,
I agree. I know why they're doing him first. I get it. What I'm putting all my hopes in is Batman Brave and the Bold. If he does not give me a good Batman, cast-wise, story-wise, dark and gritty-wise, I'm going to lose all hope for James Gunn. And my hope is already, like, teetering with him because I don't believe he can do it.
I will say that.
I hope I eat my words. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope he does it, and I hope I come back on here and I say that I was wrong because I will fully admit that if he done it right. I hope that, but
I'm not sure about this, but I think this will be the first. I don't know about any of the shows, but I think this will be about the first live-action Brainiac, because that's the main villain of this movie.
Superman?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's Brainiac.
Okay.
So yeah, they got.
I'm down for that. I hope he does it justice.
Yeah. But again, he's got like a cavalcade of characters in this movie, and I forget who is playing who. I know Nathan Fillion. He used to voice Hal Jordan in a couple of things.
He was in The Rookie. Yeah.
Yeah. He's playing Guy Gardner, the Green Lantern.
Guy Gardner's such a weird Green Lantern to put in this too. Why not Jon Stewart or?
Yeah, I know. I think he's saving the two best Green Lanterns for a Green Lantern solo.
Yeah, well, they're getting a Green Lantern show.
Oh.
I don't know if it's live action or if it is
animated,
but
that is something else I did
he's
hear.
Already announced it. Sorry.
That is something else I did hear. We may have mentioned it on the last episode. That all the voice actors are going to play the live action roles too.
Yeah. He said that they're casting people for the voice acting that will also do them live action.
Yeah.
He is another thing that if you're going to reboot a universe, reboot the universe. Do not make your stuff canon, but other things not canon. That's the most confusing freaking thing to me. If it's mentioned, it's canon. If it's not mentioned, it's not canon. But it's only that event that's canon, not the whole movie. Just reboot everything. Like, he wants to make Suicide Squad canon because he done it. He wants to make Peacemaker canon because he done it.
Really, the only thing that, as long as they don't mention the Justice League. He said if they mention the Justice League, it's not canon. That's about it.
Yeah, but I
don't really think it's that confusing. Don't get me wrong. I think he should just go ahead and reboot the universe.
Yeah. The thing is, that what's confusing to me is, like, if they mention it, it's like they mention bits and pieces from Peacemaker, but Peacemaker as a whole is not canon. Just season 2 and bits and pieces that they mentioned.
Yeah,
Same thing with Suicide Squad. That's so dumb.
I've already seen how they can retcon Peacemaker.
How they can?
Yeah.
How?
Like him seeing the Justice League, they can just say it's one of his visions, like his dad. I mean, that's probably what they'll do.
That's probably what they'll do. I don't get it. Why don't just reboot the universe, man? Like,
I know what you're saying, but I'm kind of glad they didn't, because that would mean they'd have to recast John Cena and Margot Robbie.
Yeah, those are the only two that I don't want recasted more than... I don't want them recasted more than I don't want Henry Cavill or Batman recasted, because Margot Robbie is the Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
There will never be another one better. You might be able to get a better Superman, and you might be able to get a better Batman. You cannot get a better Harley Quinn at all, and you can't get a better Peacemaker than John Cena.
No.
I just wish they would have rebooted it, but maybe kept them casted. I don't know. I feel like James Gunn only cares about the things he's worked on.
I mean, yeah, he's starting the universe over. He knows...
Yeah,
the company wants his work, so he knows he can keep his work.
Yeah, but if you're starting a giant universe like Marvel, not Marvel, like DC or Marvel, you have to have multiple creative minds working on it. Kevin Feige didn't just do Marvel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he has multiple people working on multiple different projects. I will say, one thing that James Gunn is doing with DC, and I really, really love this, is he is not greenlighting anything.
That's what I was about to say. That like he's not greenlighting anything until it's written.
Until it has a full script and they like.
Yeah, because I feel like that is Marvel's biggest problem right now.
Absolutely, Blade's stuck in production hell because they wrote a script, have a general idea of what they want for it, but like it couldn't get greenlit because they couldn't find like a good director. They couldn't really decide what direction to bring the story into.
He said nothing's getting greenlit until they can get everything together.
Yeah,
that is Marvel's biggest problem.
Absolutely.
I think they just bring up a superhero. Go ahead.
Exactly. That's exactly what they do. And I love that he is not letting them do that.
Yeah.
Because they will benefit so much from that. Because I promise you, DC finds their footing, they will blow Marvel out of the water.
Yeah.
Like, they better pray they don't. Because if they do, like, because even Creature Commandos, we're eventually going to see some Creature Commandos in live action. He's already said that.
Well, the Weasel guy was in Suicide Squad too.
We've already seen him.
I thought he died in that movie, didn't he?
I thought he did too, but apparently he didn't. They said he survived, so that event's canon.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Wait, wasn't the Justice League fighting on the island when they got there?
No.
Okay.
It was two different Suicide Squads. One on one end, one on the other.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to go back and watch that movie. It was a good movie. Again, as much as I crap on that movie, I don't hate it. Like, I just don't like it as good as the original Suicide Squad.
I like it so much better than the original.
Again, I don't like the comedic aspects more. Don't get me wrong, the first one had comedic aspects, but the second one has very, very heavy comedic aspects. I'm alright with comedic aspects in a movie. Just certain hero movies they shouldn't do it in. That makes sense.
Suicide Squad's the perfect one.
Yeah. I mean, now it is.
I mean, even in the animated series and the comic books, it's got a big comedic aspect to it because you got a bunch of supervillains working together.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying.
And it's not even like big supervillains.
I know. Well,
it's like supervillain sidekicks.
Yeah. One of my biggest problems with that is one of my biggest problems with the second Suicide Squad. I will never forgive James Gunn for what he done to my boy King Shark. In the comics, King Shark is a force.
Yeah.
They made him a clown in the show or in the movie. That's ridiculous. He's like someone who can go toe to toe with some of the biggest heroes. And right now, like, the Flash could beat him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, that's ridiculous. I love King Shark. I love his comic books. But they ruined him in that. And again, that goes back to my point. James Gunn doesn't really understand the source material. I don't think he understands the comic books. And I don't think he wants to do them justice. I think he wants to put his own spin on things. Again, all that I'm saying about him, I hope I eat my words. I really do.
Yeah.
But
yeah. But what you're saying, I feel like Jensen Ackles can bring as far as me casting him as Batman, I feel like he can bring a darker aspect better than anybody else can.
I think he's really good. Again, I think Alan should be better, but he would definitely bring the dark aspect that we need for this universe.
Yeah.
There are very limited actors I think could play Batman and bring a dark and gritty force to it, and Jensen Ackles is one of them.
Yeah.
I would love to see him. And again, he's a fit man. He's but there are bigger ones because like Alan Richardson, because Batman's a big dude in most of the comics. So
yeah.
But here's what I was watching something about James Gunn. I watched a bunch of interviews with him the other night to get prepared for this. He's calling like Matt Reeves' Batman is, as far as I understand it, does exist within this DC universe, but it's not within the same world. Elseworld. Why even include it at all? Like, I get I don't know.
Yeah, why erase everything and then make
Elseworld?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Matt Reeves' Batman, his Penguin, Teen Titans Go.
I think they're just gonna. I think he's just doing that because they still have. I think they're on contract for one more Batman.
They get two more.
2 more. Yeah, I think they still have contracts with them because that was a pretty big movie when it came out. Everybody wanted to watch it.
It was a perfect Batman movie, just about.
Yeah. Something I will say about Batman castings: nobody has ever liked a Batman before the movie came out. Everybody hated Michael Keaton. Everybody hated Val Kilmer. They had a right to. I think everybody is excited about George Clooney, and now everybody hates him. And then I don't think anybody wanted Christian Bale.
Those are all really good Batmans besides George Clooney.
Yeah, and then I remember so much hate was going on to Ben Affleck because he was going to be Batman.
I remember us crapping on Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Like, we were talking about it. Like,
took him 20 years to become a bat.
And he's a great Batman now.
Yeah.
Like, so I get what you're saying. Whoever they cast, I will go in with open mind. I didn't do that with Robert Pattinson, and he blew me away still.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why they didn't put Matt Reeves in charge of the DC universe. He completely gets the source material.
I think they put James Gunn in charge of the universe before
still
that movie came out.
Matt Reeves, he's one that gets it. He gets the source material.
I don't know. He's going towards a realistic aspect of it, and I don't want that for a DC universe.
Yeah, okay, you make a good point there, because he's already said that he wants a realism Batman, and I don't see how he can do that with Superman.
Yeah.
Well, okay, him on Batman, he gets the source material. And, did you ever watch the Harley Quinn animated show?
No.
It's really good. It was really, really good. It's one of my favorites to come out on Max. The reason I say that is because there's a villain in it called Kite Man, where he like has a kite on his back and he's getting his own show. I
remember this is on Peacemaker. They was talking about him taking him down, and then that
Kite
kid,
Man?
then the kid was like, "Wouldn't gravity have just done that for you? And you didn't have to blow him up." Next question.
I do remember that now. Here's another thing that I was watching in that interview that confused me. He said that Blue Beetle is the first character in the universe, but not the first movie.
He's probably going to rewrite the Blue Beetle movie.
The Blue Beetle movie is so good, though.
I don't think he had anything to do with Blue Beetle, so he's going to rewrite
it. I don't have nothing to do with Blue Beetle, so retcon that.
Or they could have started production on another movie and just finished that one first.
I mean, I guess, but Blue Beetle was so good.
I didn't really care for it.
I loved it. It was one of my favorites, like, to come out recently. We can go into that one day. They're not doing phases like Marvel did, like phase 1, phase 2. They're doing chapters. The first one is called Gods and Monsters, and it'll include Creature Commandos, a show called Waller. It's completely about Amanda Waller getting arrested for her daughter outing her. It's going to be animated, I think. Superman Legacy, The Lanterns, which is another show.
Are all these going to be animated?
Superman Legacy is the movie coming out, so no.
I thought it was Superman something else.
Waller, I think, is animated. Lanterns, I don't know if it's animated or live action. Here's something that might piss you off. The Batman Brave and the Bold, that Robin's going to be Damian Wayne.
Yeah, that's stupid. But then again, that would fit with Jensen Ackles' Batman and Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Quit trying to take up for James Gunn.
I'm just really willing to give him a shot here.
I'm willing to give him a shot, but I don't have high expectations. My expectations of him are kind of already written.
I don't know. I kind of had low expectations, but I really liked Peacemaker. I just watched it.
I loved Peacemaker.
So I'm willing to give it a shot. A lot more than I was. But, no, the only way that makes sense, I guess, is if they would use maybe not Jensen Ackles per se, but like the Batman from that timeline, because he didn't take on any Robins, but he'd be more likely to take on his own son.
Right. Yeah.
Because,
like you said in the last episode, if it is Damian Wayne, they need to address the other Robins. Give us a Nightwing. If this is Damian Wayne, show us Nightwing, and he's already a hero. Show us Red Hood, who's already a hero.
I think that'd be good.
I could live with that.
No, like it's Batman, Damian Wayne, Robin, and Nightwing trying to figure out who the Red Hood is.
I would absolutely love that. That would be my idea of a perfect story if that's what they done. But that's not.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're going to do that because
they're not going to.
I don't know if they would do that because everybody who reads the comics knows it's Jason.
Yeah, but still, I want to see it live action. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't care. I don't care if I've seen it a million times in comics, TV shows, games.
Something else James Gunn said that I'm kind of glad that he's doing. Like, he's just jumping right into Superman and Batman.
I like that, too.
Yeah, because I'm tired of every time they release a new Batman movie or something like that, or a Superman movie.
They have to show his parents getting killed?
Yeah.
No, I get that. I like...
he said everybody knows what happened.
I like that. I absolutely love the fact that we are not... They done that with the new Spider-Man. They didn't... Well, they didn't show Uncle Ben dying, but his...
They said that... The Marvel said that the new Tom Holland's Spider-Man, like the first 3 movies are his origin story.
That's stupid. I don't like it. But I like how they're just not giving him an origin story because everyone knows it. Like you said, we've had how many Batmans? Everyone of them we know their origin. Supermans, we know his dad.
I'm not positive on this. I know Val Kilmer and George Clooney's Batmans are connected.
How's Val Kilmer's?
Are
you talking about connected to the DC universe?
No, connected to each other.
How?
George Clooney's Batman is a sequel to Val Kilmer's, but I don't know if Val Kilmer's is a sequel to Michael Keaton's.
Letterboxd will tell you.
If
you click on them, they'll tell you all the sequels under it.
But they use the same Robin.
They do, don't they?
Yeah, it's the same Robin. They just recasted Batman for George Clooney.
I'm going to go there and look.
And Uma Thurman, I believe that's her name, is Poison Ivy.
Yeah. She better be good Poison Ivy. Give me some of your favorite DC properties. No, it doesn't have to be James Gunn, Zack Snyder, like...
The second Michael Keaton Batman Returns. I love that one. It's not my favorite, but I will say I love it.
Have you ever watched The Watchmen?
Hold on, Man of Steel.
Oh, Man of Steel was really good.
I also love the original Superman movies, the 70s ones, with Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor and everything.
Yeah.
And then the Dark Knight trilogy. Really, I really just like the second one. And the third one.
You don't like the first one?
I do, but not as much as I do most other DC stuff.
How'd you feel about Jesse Eisenberg being
Lex Luthor?
Yeah.
It's kind of off-putting.
I think he was a really good Lex Luthor.
It threw me off at first because I was like, why are they giving him hair?
And at the end he loses it all?
Yeah.
I thought he was really good Lex Luthor. I thought it was really good casting. I like him as an actor, though. I watched interview after interview with him, and he seems like the actor you want. Like, he really... Even though he does more comedic roles...
Yeah.
He's done a lot of serious roles, and he's really put himself in the roles, and he becomes that person.
Yeah. I am disappointed to not see, what's his name? The guy who was going to play Deathstroke. John Magnolia.
Yeah.
Magnus something other.
Yeah. John M.
Yeah. I thought, I am kind of disappointed to not see him as Deathstroke.
He would have been a really good Deathstroke. I I want to see a live action Deathstroke so bad. There was one in Arrow, and it was really, really good. But you are very limited on what you're doing on TV shows, and you're very limited on what you're doing TV shows on the CW. So I would love to see a live action Deathstroke. See how ruthless this character can be.
So, yeah, all the CW shows and everything's done, though.
Yeah. The Flash was so good. Arrow was so good.
I never watched them.
Really? Dude.
I've never watched any DC CW properties.
They do have one called Gotham Knights. That's one I was telling you about. I can't remember the name, but it was the last episode or a few episodes ago about them teaming up to do, them teaming up Batman's son after Batman's murdered, teaming up with the villain's kids. It was trash. It was god awful.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Black Adam?
Yeah.
What do you think about Black? I think Black Adam may have been the final straw for the Zack Snyder universe. I think they put all their chips on Black Adam.
Yeah, I don't. That was a bad idea.
It was a bad idea. He's not an interesting enough character.
No. I think they casted right.
Yeah.
I'll say that. As far as a bald Black Adam goes. But I don't think The Rock has been a safe bet for a while.
He's not.
The reason Red 1 tanked so hard is because he's always late to set, and he costs the production so much money.
I've seen those.
And he's not allowed to lose any fights. It's in his contract.
Yeah.
That's why in the Fast and Furious movie, Jason Statham never beat him up. He threw a bomb and he had to jump out a window.
Yep.
So he never officially got... Jason Statham, same way, though.
Yeah, I've seen all those reports too. The Rock he's very egotistical on set. He knows he's the man, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, think of a movie, though, in the last 10 years where he wasn't the main character in a way. That's one of the reasons him and Vin Diesel butt heads.
Yeah, I know, because he came in and tried to take over their franchise.
Yeah.
It wasn't just Vin Diesel, it was Vin Diesel and Tyrese Gibson. They both butted heads with The Rock because he thinks whatever property he's associated with, he has to take over. He even said that when he was Black Adam, that he was going to be the one who was in charge of DC. He made those comments, that he would be the one to revive DC.
Yeah.
That's why he publicly said he would never come back to the Fast and Furious franchise because he is sticking with DC. Black Adam tanked, and look at him now back in the Fast X.
Yeah.
Had to swallow his pride and go back to another.
I don't know why, but he kept on hyping up a fight between him and Henry Cavill's Superman.
It's at the end of Black Adam.
Yeah, he walks in, but he's a Shazam villain.
Yeah.
Like, fight Shazam.
Yeah.
Flip up on Billy Batson.
Yeah. Thank you. And Superman would have mopped the floor with Black Adam.
Like, and almost everything I see where Shazam and Superman fight, Superman, he whoops Shazam every time.
Mollywops him.
Yeah.
And it's not even close. He doesn't even put up a fight against Superman. There is one where, but this is Shazam. It's not Black Adam, I think. Don't quote me on that. But one of them grabs him and says Shazam, and the lightning bolt hits Superman.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that even remotely hurts him.
Yeah.
It's so dumb for The Rock to come in and be like, I think I can revive this to the point where I'm going to fight your strongest character. Yeah, that was doomed from the start.
Yeah, especially since he has it in his contract that he can't get whooped.
Yeah, so they weren't going to make Superman lose to Black Adam, and that's why the fight will never happen because he has a contract he can't lose, but Superman's not losing to Black Adam.
That would have made so many people mad if Black Adam had whooped Superman.
I know. The only part about the Black Adam movie that I enjoyed was Dr. Fate.
Yeah.
Dr. Fate is awesome. He was awesome in Crisis Infinity Earths. He's an awesome character in general. He is Doctor Strange cranked up to 11.
I feel like Constantine is more of the Doctor Strange of...
I love. Did you ever watch the Constantine live action show?
Not the show. I like the Keanu Reeves movie.
I didn't care for the movie.
Yeah, it's not very comic book accurate. I just liked it.
It was all right. There's a show that went on for 1 or 2 seasons. I can't remember which one, but it was really good. It was a CW show. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
So,
actually, Lucifer, the Netflix series, that's a DC property.
Yeah, I know, because Constantine's in it. Or not Constantine.
Constantine does show up. I don't know if he shows up on Netflix, but he's in the comic books and stuff.
Yeah. What's the show I'm thinking of? Was it?
No, I know. I think I know what show you're talking about because I remember seeing a clip on the Constantine show.
Heroes of Tomorrow is
or something like that, and Constantine was talking to Lucifer. Yeah.
The show was called Heroes of Tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure.
It was either a Netflix original or CW, but it's about some of the CW characters going and fighting like futuristic battles, going time traveling.
Yeah.
And they have to jump universes, and they go to Lucifer's universe where they knock on his club, and he comes out with 2 girls on his arms.
Yeah.
So yes, I guess apparently it is a DC property.
Yeah.
Was the Snyderverse as bad as everyone says? What do you think about that?
No, it really had no direction.
I agree.
I think that's its main problem. I hate to compare it to Marvel like all the time, but its first like Justice League team up did not compare to Marvel's first Avengers team up.
No, you're right.
Because their first Justice League team up was Superman saves the Justice League.
I agree.
They had to revive Superman to stop the bad guy.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like
he is like, no, I don't want to fight, and then like everybody else goes to fight, and they're all just getting their asses kicked, and then Superman comes in, and just slaps them around.
It lost a lot of the direction. They had good casting, a good story, bad writing, bad direction. They didn't know. They had an idea of where the story was going to go, but they didn't know how to get from point A to point B and fill in all the filler.
Yeah.
Like, again, I don't like to compare it either, but Marvel, like, they have a roadmap of movies they're going to put out that will lead you to the finale.
Marvel used to, anyway.
Yeah, they used to, not anymore. But, like, all DC had was the beginning and the end. They're like, all right, let's come up with the middle on the fly.
I think they had direction with Man of Steel.
They did.
And then they went good with Batman versus Superman.
Yep.
And then they just
first Wonder Woman.
They just dropped the ball.
Yep, I agree. Even Aquaman, they had good direction with Aquaman 1. They had good direction with Batman versus Superman, and they had good direction with Man of Steel.
Yeah, I will say I'm also disappointed that Batman didn't get his own solo movie, like Ben Affleck's Batman.
For real. But I remember reading something about Ben Affleck had a lot of personal issues going on at the time. Someone tied to, either it was Ben Affleck himself or someone tied to the movie had a loved one who had died or something like that, and so they postponed production, and then it just got canceled. It was in the works.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's always going to be my biggest regret is not seeing a Batman with Ben Affleck, or a Batman solo movie.
Yeah.
The Justice League movie, like you said, it just wasn't that good. Like, if they could only capture the essence of the Justice League from the animated shows, they could only get that storytelling to live action, they would be unstoppable.
Yeah.
One Batman that I do hope to see in the future, I don't see it happening anytime soon. I really don't see it happening under James Gunn, but I would love to see it because, again, I don't see James Gunn doing dark stuff, is the Batman Who Laughs. Do you know anything about it?
Yeah, he gets hit with Joker's laughing gas or something like that, and he tries to take over the multiverse.
And he becomes a force. Yeah, that's one of my favorite comic runs of Batman. It really shows like his chops. If he was a villain, he would be hard to beat.
I could see that happening in like one of his Elseworlds.
Probably.
I don't think it'd ever be anything in the main timeline.
No, I don't either. But still, I would like to see it. Like, it'd be fun to see.
But I'm thinking that Marvel's going to have to wipe the slate here soon. Because they opened up a can of worms with this multiverse, and now everything's multiversal.
Yeah, it's tanking really bad. So, tell me some things that you would like to see from the Matt Reeves universe, knowing that it's going into a realistic, only realistic road.
I have no interest in a realistic road.
That's fair.
Like, again, all the realistic villains have already been done. So there's nothing new I can expect to see other than story.
Right.
So even, like, I don't see how they would make... somebody said that Freeze is going to be the next villain in the movie, but I don't see how they can make him realistic without ruining the character.
I agree. I don't even know who would play a good Freeze.
I don't know either.
It would be hard if you're sticking with a realistic view to make a realistic Mr. Freeze. I've seen those rumors too, but then I saw rumors where Clayface was supposed to be the big baddie.
They could do Black Mask.
They could do Black Mask. He's only been in one live action property, and he was done. I can't remember the guy's name. The guy who played Obi-Wan.
Ewan McGregor?
Yes, he played Black Mask.
In what?
Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey.
Oh, yeah.
But he was a bad Black Mask. Well, he was good, but like Black Mask in that movie was written bad. So I'd really like to see them do Black Mask justice. If they done that in Matt Reeves, that'd be fun. Their Joker looks good.
I feel like they're all, after the Penguin, they're all done with the Falcones and Maronis.
I think so too.
And the Macaronis.
And the Macaronis. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. All my chips are on Matt Reeves more than they are James Gunn. I will go into every James Gunn property with an open mind, 100%. But I'm telling you right now, I think he is going to doom the DC universe. Everyone is like loving everything he's putting out, but I think the reason that everyone loves what he's putting out is because they don't want to see the DC universe die. I don't think anyone enjoys most of these projects as much as they say they do. They just don't want to see the DC universe die.
What DC projects has he put out that you don't think people like?
I don't think people like the Suicide Squad as much as they do. I don't think people are liking Creature Commandos as much as like.
It's got 2 episodes.
I've seen so much hype for it already, though. Is the thing.
I like it.
I like it too, but I don't like it as much as what everyone's saying. Like this is like, oh, this is what the DC universe needed.
I can't remember the Ghost Rider ripoff, or
I can't remember his name either.
Ghost Rider might be a ripoff of him. I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's hard to tell anymore. But like I thought him and Rick Flag's dad or Flag.
Yeah, Rick Flag Sr.
Yeah, I thought they had a really good fight sequence. I thought the
backstory of the bride.
Yeah,
that was good. Yeah,
that was good.
I don't care for the villain.
It's a weird villain, but we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think people
because in this new universe, Themyscira's hidden.
Yeah,
like
where Wonder Woman's from.
Yeah.
I can remember the name of it.
Everybody's like, Themyscira is a myth, but she's flying around blasting stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that looks more like Starfire's sister.
It does. It does a lot.
I'm thinking she's just making Themyscira up or something, and it's just Starfire's evil sister.
It might be. I would enjoy that more than just giving us like a cheesy way of revealing Wonder Woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you see the visions that she made of like Superman and them dying? Like that was pretty cool.
Yeah. No.
Again, I don't think everyone enjoys them as much as they say. I just think they're hyping them up too much because they don't want it to die. I get that. I love DC more than I do Marvel. Like, I don't want it to die either, but I'm going to be realistic about it. I don't think he's a fit for this universe.
I feel like you're kind of right, but I feel like I'm going into it with a more open mind than you are.
Probably are.
I do think that him not being able to do a solo movie
Hurts him?
No, I think it kind of benefits it because it opens the universe up a lot quicker.
Okay, you make a point. That's a good point. It does open up the universe and open up to multiple characters more faster.
Yeah, and it can give you a side character and kind of make you want to watch their own movie.
I get you. Yeah, you have a good point there.
But he is going to have to get off this rinse and repeat with Band of Misfits.
Yep. I don't want to see the entire DC universe be that. You know what I mean? Give me a solo movie.
I think what I'm hoping he's doing is he's starting up his DC universe, and then he'll be more like Kevin Feige and just hand the projects off.
That's what I want. So if he can do that, I will eat my words. I will say I'm sorry to anyone who's offended.
Because I'm pretty sure
I
Kevin Feige's. I think he's had something to do with every Marvel movie since Blade.
I think so. Don't quote me on that, or don't.
I know he is in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans.
Yes.
Because I remember seeing his credits for it, and I was like, I thought he was just a part of the main MCU.
Right. Yeah. I just, like you said, I hope he starts handing it off, and I hope I'm wrong, because I want to see DC get on its feet, man. I really do. What'd you think about did you ever watch The Flash?
What, the show?
No, the movie with Ezra Miller.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you think about it?
It was okay.
I think that was.
I like that they brought Michael Keaton back.
I think that was a bad way for Michael Keaton to go. Again,
I enjoyed that they brought him back and they showed a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Like before they closed the universe out. Like I like that they showed Nicolas Cage's Superman
because he had a whole Superman movie they scrapped.
Yeah. I do feel like it was. That was really the only thing I enjoyed about it, showing like the different universes and stuff, like of what could have been.
Yeah, same. I enjoyed that an awful lot too. As much as crap as I give Michael Keaton as Batman, I don't think he's the best, but he is definitely not a bad Batman. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think to end his legacy and to end his Batman on The Flash was trash. Like, don't bring it. They should have been brought back for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't say DC is off to a rocky start with this new universe, but I don't think it's in the start.
I don't really think this new universe has started. I think they're just like sprinkling some stuff in before. I think Superman's going to kick off the universe.
Yeah, I can't really give an opinion on like the start of it now with Creature Commandos and stuff like that. I will have to wait until Superman comes out for me to give my honest opinion on this.
Because Superman is like, they've got, like I said, I can't remember everybody. I know for a fact they're going to have Green Lanterns in there.
I think they said something about Hawk Guy.
I think Martian Manhunter too.
Martian Manhunter. I think
No, because I casted Martian Manhunter because I didn't see him in there.
I don't know.
But yeah, I think before I completely judge James Gunn's universe, I'm gonna watch the new Superman and see for myself if I think this is gonna have a good direction or not.
Yeah, I will withhold any more of my opinions on that until I watch the first one, because I think if we watch the first Superman, that'll really tell us where it's going to go. You know what I mean? The direction where he plans to make it. But I do know this for a fact. If James Gunn does flop, this will be the end of DC. These are such iconic characters, and they've been rebooted and rebooted and rebooted. If James Gunn flops, no one will ever have hope for DC again.
Yeah, I know.
Because there's so much hype on him right now, and if a director who people think are this good, which he's not, then if he fails, no one will ever have hope again, and that pisses me off. But I hope he doesn't flop.
Yeah.
I do not wish his downfall because I do not want to see my characters fail. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Something else I wanted to bring up.
Those are my topics on the DC.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear you if you have anything else.
I believe I have a lot higher hopes than you do.
I have high hopes, but I have bigger precautions. You know
I don't have as many concerns as you do.
That's what it is. I have more concerns than you do.
Yeah. But yeah, I believe that will do it.
You done?
Yep.
So that's going to do it for this episode. I hope y'all enjoyed our deep dive into DC. Yep. If you would like to see us do a deep dive into Marvel, I'd be all game for that.
Yep.
I think Marvel has a little more we can talk about because DC's just now starting, really.
Yep.
But next week, we are reviewing the new movie, Kraven the Hunter. We go watch it tomorrow. Can't wait for this. So hyped. And we watch the new movie that is on...
I don't know. I don't think I'm going to like Kraven as much as you will.
Yeah, you're not big on the villain verse like I am.
No.
Hyped for Kraven, and we also watched the new movie Carry On. That is a Netflix original. Comes out tomorrow as well. And well, when you guys see this, it'll be coming out today.
Yep.
And we watch Ransom with Mel Gibson. That was your pick.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus. I'm hyped for all these movies, and then the week after that, we're doing Christmas movies.
Big Christmas episode, so stay tuned.
Big Christmas episode. But yeah, so that's all we got for this episode, unless you want to say something else.
Nope, I'm good. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you guys next week.
Later.